Imagine this. You're working 12-hour shifts in a massive, noisy factory. Your back aches, your legs feel like concrete, and your stomach is screaming for food. But when you finally open the break room fridge, the one small comfort you've been clinging to is gone. Stolen. Day after day after day. Now tell me, what would you do? Keep quiet? Confront a stranger? Or serve up the kind of revenge that would burn itself into company legend? This is the story of how I turned my stolen fajitas into the hottest punishment a thief ever tasted. If you've ever dreamed of karma catching up to someone who wronged you, hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around, because this revenge story is pure fire. 3 years ago, I was working in a giant factory. And when I say giant, I mean hundreds of workers, 5 different temp agencies, and a new set of faces almost every single week. It was impossible to build friendships because people came and went like ghosts. In that kind of place, lunch wasn't just food, it was survival. It was 30 precious minutes of comfort in a place that chewed you up and spat you out. But one day, my lunch disappeared, and then it happened again, and again, until 6 straight days had gone by with me working 12-hour shifts on an empty stomach. Picture it. You've been sweating, grinding, lifting, and straining for hours. The clock finally hits lunch. Your stomach feels like it's devouring itself, and you walk to the fridge only to find nothing. That emptiness? It isn't just in your stomach. It's in your chest, too. You feel invisible, powerless, humiliated. I'd open that fridge every day with this faint hope. Please, just today, let it still be there. And every day, hope turned into anger. 6 days. 6 lunches stolen. 6 nights lying in bed, my stomach growling, my mind racing with fury. By the end of that week, I wasn't just hungry, I was furious. Every laugh in the break room sounded like it was aimed at me. Every whisper felt like mockery. Was I the joke? The guy too weak to even protect his own lunch? That night, I stared at the ceiling and made a decision. No more. The thief had pushed me past my limit. And if they wanted to play with fire, then I was going to give them hell, so I went shopping. I picked out the freshest steak, ripe tomatoes, onions, and limes. But my secret weapon? The Carolina Reaper. For anyone who doesn't know, the Carolina Reaper is the hottest pepper on earth. One bite feels like swallowing a volcano. It doesn't just burn your tongue. It crawls into your chest, scorches your lungs, and leaves you questioning every life choice you've ever made. I spent that entire night preparing the most mouth-watering steak fajitas anyone had ever seen. The meat sizzled in the pan, juices searing into perfection. I grilled peppers and onions until they were soft and sweet. I chopped cilantro so fresh it perfumed the kitchen. And then, the weapon. I minced the Reaper peppers into a deadly pico de gallo, mixing them so finely they looked harmless. Just another salsa. Bright red, beautiful, and absolutely lethal. When I finally layered it all together, I stepped back and admired it. A work of art. Irresistible. A meal made to tempt the greediest hands in that factory fridge. I sealed it in a clear lid container, making sure every juicy slice of steak and every pop of red pepper was visible. It wasn't just food anymore. It was bait. The next morning, my heart pounded as I placed it in the break room fridge. My hands almost shook as I walked away. Would they take it? Would my plan actually work? An hour later, the answer exploded. Through the factory, a scream. High-pitched, panicked, desperate. I bolted to the break room, and what I saw will stay with me forever. The so-called lunchbox bandit was on the floor. Their face beet red, eyes bulging, sweat pouring down their forehead like a waterfall. They clutched at their throat, gasping for air, while tears streamed down their cheeks. The Carolina Reaper had lit a firestorm in their chest, and it triggered a full-blown asthma attack. People shouted, panicked, running in circles. Call 911, they can't breathe. And me? I just stood there, watching. My heart raced, not with guilt, but with the deepest satisfaction I've ever felt. Because right there, in front of everyone, karma had delivered my justice. Paramedics stormed in, loaded the thief onto a stretcher, and rushed them to the hospital. And do you know what? They never said a word about it. Not to me. Not to anyone. Because what could they say? I almost died because I stole someone else's lunch? No. They had to swallow their humiliation right along with those fiery fajitas. And from that day forward, my lunches were safe. No one dared touch my food again. So what's the lesson here? Don't take what isn't yours. You never know what kind of fire you're walking into. For me, it was food. For them, it was the hottest karma imaginable. Sometimes revenge doesn't need words, sometimes the spice speaks for itself. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And of course, make sure you subscribe for more true revenge stories that prove one thing: karma always finds a way.